Let me tell you about some chicks that I know. I got a Latina girl that says she wanted pronto. I got a girl in Toronto and I call her Raptor. She tryna chase the dollar.
Hey everybody, welcome to B&B's Football Happy Hour. We are back. We are bearded. We are beautiful. As always, I am Bobby with my man Brian.
What's going on? Glad to be back. Football's finally here, man. So we finally have some live football to talk about here instead of all of our opinions. So get some actual football going.
It's like 20 plus weeks in the making. Finally made it.
Yeah, man. Sundays, I definitely watched a little college. I mean, college is a little weird this year, but I do like some college football. I checked that out on Saturday, and Sunday was pretty much all day NFL, man. So yeah, I'm happy. Happy that's back, and it's a pretty wild week one.
I'm definitely glad that I am not a Big Ten fan because they are now the laughing stock of college football.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, thinking they're going. A few weeks ago, thinking they're going to get ahead of the ball game and we're going to cancel our season, and then they see that, well, wow, the Big 12, the SEC, like the ACC, this is going great. What are we doing here? So, well, maybe we'll reconvene in Thanksgiving. No. I think they met the other day already trying to bring it back. What a joke the Big Ten is.
I think I just read today, didn't they vote about I think they voted it back. Like they're going to try to start soon. Like they said fall, but I don't know what they might try to start in October. I think it was saying, but from what I read, so that's
what a joke.
Kind of weird, yeah.
But
yeah, I'm glad to have my Sundays filled with NFL. I was talking to my wife earlier. She already texted me when I was at work, sitting in my office. She goes, what time did the Eagles play on Sunday? I said 1:00, and she was like, oh well. One of the neighbors is having a kid's birthday party, and I said, "Well, you'll have to send up my well wishes. I'll buy him a gift, but sorry, brother, I'll have to miss this one. Even though you're young enough to know I'm not there, so we'll send you a gift, and I'll send over my kids. But that's the wrong time and the wrong hour, man. Especially when the Eagles are on at 1, man. Even though they didn't look too hot this week, but still, I'm not going to give up on them week 2. So."
And yeah, I want to apologize ahead of time for anyone out there if I sound a little different or sound a little weird. I'm not Kanye spitting through the wire or anything, but I did have to have a little dental work done, so my mouth's a little messed up, but we're gonna do our best here.
Yeah, man. So, all right. So this is our first week 1. I guess we're gonna hit a little recap on some of the games. We'll talk a little bit about some of these injuries. I mean, a lot of these guys are going down. Some big names. They have affected some fantasy play, and then I think we're going to roll into a little week 2 preview. I think that's how we're going to kind of roll it week by week. So,
what do you want to hit on first?
All right, man. I guess we'll cover week 1. I got the scores in front of me here. I guess we'll just give our opinions real quick on some of these games. Thursday night we had Kansas City and Houston, 34-20. I mean, my take on that is Kansas City's still the team to beat. Houston looks pretty rough without DeAndre Hopkins. He's out there doing all he can, and it just doesn't seem like he has the weapons. I don't know. I mean, it's just he looks like he's struggling, maybe trying to do too much. So,
I mean, Demarcus Robinson, the wide receiver for Kansas City, could have had a monster game, and he's like the 5th or 6th offensive weapon on the squad. They have so much talent. I don't know how they get beat this year. I mean, I'm never going to predict a team to go 16-0 because obviously that doesn't happen very often. But I mean, good grief! What do you do? What do you do?
I don't know. I mean, the only thing they got going against them is that damn face shield Andy Reid was wearing. That was a little rough, but I mean,
that was great.
I love Andy Reid, but I mean, come on, man, just wear something. I don't know, get something made for you. That just doesn't look right. But I know we had a lot of some memes on our Facebook page there, kind of poking fun at old Andy, but.
And I felt bad. I felt bad for Deshaun Watson because he didn't have much time after his first read. He had to get out of there. And one of his first throws of the game was a beautiful back shoulder toss to Will Fuller, and Will Fuller just straight dropped it. And it was just like, man, what is he gonna do? And it was tough, man. It was a struggle for him. David Johnson looked a lot better than I anticipated.
He did.
But man, I feel bad for Deshaun Watson. It's gonna be a long year for him, I think.
Yeah. Second game here, Seattle 38, Falcons 25. Russell Wilson lit the world on fire in this game.
Yes,
Falcons.
he did.
Matt Ryan had 450 yards passing, but definitely wasn't enough. Calvin Ridley, 2 touchdowns. That was pretty promising. So I know he was one of your guys you had liked earlier. But, yeah, kind of not a whole lot of defense going on there. Falcons defense looks kind of rough. Russ lit them up pretty good. So, yeah, they're surprisingly, I had Seattle being pretty good this year, but they might look, in my eyes, I mean, they looked a little bit better than what I thought. So, yeah.
Well, they're finally opening up the offense, not handing the ball off every play. As a matter of fact, I think they only had like 12 or 15 rushing attempts the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it really wasn't much. Chris Carson, I think, had 6 total rushes. Now, he ended up getting 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
But this offense is wide open this year, at least against the Falcons it was. And that is good news for fantasy owners.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, he 322 and 4 TDs. Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, they had the same amount. I think they each had 9 targets.
Mm-hmm.
Lockett had more grabs with 8 for 92, but Metcalf got him with 95 yards, 3 more yards, but he also got the TD.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, that was one of the prettiest passes you will ever see. Russell unloading it there to DK. But this offense, man, I'm telling you what, I am excited to watch it. And 20 rushing attempts is what they have.
Yeah. All right, man. Next game was Buffalo 27, New York Jets 17. Josh Allen, from what I saw, he looked pretty good. Jets are the Jets. Doesn't look like much. Le'Veon Bell got hurt, so probably a long year for them. But Buffalo, yeah, they look pretty promising. I know Fred's probably pretty pumped about that. I watched his post-game Bill stuff on his page, and, yeah, they look pretty good. Defense looked good. Gave up 17 points, but yeah, Josh Allen looked much improved. He was more accurate, I think, this week. So, yeah, they're another team to beat out there in the AFC in my eyes.
Well, oddly enough, the running game did not look so great for Buffalo. The passing game looked pretty good. The Stephon Diggs, I think he caught 8 of 9 targets.
Mm-hmm.
John Brown had a touchdown, I believe. So, yeah, Josh Allen can stop. I mean, he fumbles like every 4th play.
Yeah.
But if he can protect the ball a little better, I mean, he was still running like he always does. And the Bills, they look good, man.
They do.
Again, but it was the Jets. So.
Yeah, it's week 1, so we'll see. But, yeah, I think they're a team that could surprise. I mean, I know we kind of talked about them being a 10 or 11-win team. So, yeah, I don't see them straying too far off of that path. Next game I had, I mean, granted, I didn't watch this game, but Chicago beats the Lions 27-23. Now, I did watch the end of that game. I guess it came on Fox. I guess I was watching Red Zone or something. It came on, and I saw DeAndre Swift drop a game-winning touchdown pass. So, yeah, that was pretty rough. Pretty rough. So, yeah, so, I mean, pretty much the Lions should have won that game. I mean, granted, he was wide open in the end zone. I mean, that should have been a 30-27 win for the Lions, but it goes the other way. So
that has to be – I mean, as far as football goes, that dude's having the worst week of anyone. I mean, that ball is a beautiful pass right there in his hands, easily catchable, and he just dropped it, man.
Yeah, that was tough.
Dude, and that's a very muddled backfield because Swift was getting more work than I thought he would. A, being a rookie, and B, that we weren't even sure he was going to play because he was injured.
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson comes in there and gets over 100 total yards. He's catching passes now out of the backfield, which isn't really in his repertoire, now too much. And they still have Kerryon Johnson. So that's a backfield that, I don't know, I probably want to stay away from as far as fantasy goes.
Yeah, for sure. Next game was Green Bay, Minnesota 43-34. No defense going on in this game. Aaron Rodgers looked like, Aaron Rodgers back in 2010. I think he had 4 touchdowns, right? So Devontae Adams, again, the only guy to throw to, caught like pretty much every pass. Just torched the Vikings. And, yeah, from what I saw, chunk play after chunk play, not much defense on either side. So,
yep, Alan Lazard had a touchdown. Marcus Scantling had a touchdown. And, I mean, I knew the Vikings, they lost a ton of defensive pieces.
Yeah.
But, boy, that defense was not good. And the Kirk Cousins in the first half, Kirk Cousins had 5 more passing attempts than you and I did.
Yeah, for sure.
5 passing attempts in the first half. Now, granted, he opened it up. I think he ended up with, 24 or so passing attempts. But, I mean, you got to throw – it's the NFL. Like, don't you have to throw the ball more than 5 times? No wonder you lost. You weren't even trying.
That's the that's like the Garoppolo effect there. that was scared to let old Kurt throw the ball. But yeah, they got to let that thing go. I know Dalvin Cook had a pretty good game. I mean, as expected.
Yeah, I mean, he gets the ball every play.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, as of now, granted, it's only week 1. So,
Mhm.
No matter if you feel really great about someone or really terrible about someone, just hold your horses for now. But
Yeah.
as of today, I was way wrong on Adam Thielen. He had a monster game, 106 catches, I think, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Green Bay has decent cornerbacks. So he was facing, good competition, and he still stepped up. We'll see if that continues. But as of right now, today, I was way wrong on him.
Yeah. Let's see. Next game is Patriots 21, Dolphins 11. I mean, look, Cam Newton, what do you have? 2 rushing touchdowns. He looked pretty good. I mean, he's athletic as heck. So, I mean, they're going to win some games. I don't know. I mean, I was kind of surprised that Edelman. It didn't seem like from what I saw, it didn't look like he played a whole lot. I don't know. I mean,
37
yeah,
snaps, maybe something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Dolphins look pretty pitiful. I mean, Fitzpatrick, it would look terrible. So I think the Fitz magic is over, man. I think Chase's take. I think Tua is going in there within the next 3 weeks, man. I think he's in there.
He was also out Devontae Parker. I think Devontae Parker left in the late second quarter, second half. I don't think he played in the second half much. So that's
I think he's hurt. Yeah.
But the weird thing was Miami's backfield.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know who led their backfield? It was
in
not
rushing.
It was not Jordan Howard and Matt Breida didn't do much. Miles Gaskin was their guy they kept going to. Miles Gaskin. Is he the lead running back now in Miami?
Possibly. I don't know. I mean, look, I'm not – as of what was it? I guess last week, I'm not high on Jordan Howard. And, I think he had 8 carries for 7 yards. So, I don't know. I mean, New England's that team that had 5 starters opt out. So, I mean, I don't know if it's just they're that bad or if New England's actually is still good. So, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But, yeah, I think Tua goes in there. There's no way he sits all year from what I've seen on that. There's no way he sits on the bench all year because you got to look at Flores. I mean, this guy, he's going to let him sit on the bench all year when possibly, I mean, if they stink it up this year, he's probably getting canned. So, I mean, he's not going to let him sit on the bench. So, Tua will be in there before long.
I think Flores has a little more security than that, but he's got to win some games for sure.
All right, man. Next one, Panthers, Raiders, 34-20. Raiders win that one. Josh Jacobs, 3 touchdowns.
My boy.
I think he had, 93 yards rushing, 46 yards receiving. So, yeah, I mean.
6 catches, I think.
6 catches. So, yeah,
that's exactly what you wanted. Going into the season, as a fantasy owner, this is what you wanted Josh Jacobs to get. If he can get, 6 targets a game, 4 or 5, even 6 catches a game, that's going to put him up there in the top 3 running backs for the season.
Yeah, again, not much defense. I saw the highlights of this game. I mean, look, 64 points total is pretty high for an NFL game. I think the Panthers surprised me a little bit. I mean, I thought they were going to –
offensively.
Yeah, I mean, so they surprised me offensively. I mean, I think I guess they're going to score some points. I mean, I know
Teddy Bridgewater looked crisp. I mean, he
looked good, yeah. Robbie Anderson.
Balls, which is normal, but he was hitting his guys.
Yeah, Anderson had that touchdown. So, yeah, I mean, I think their offense might look all right. But, yeah, that defense, I mean, minus Kuechly with the retirement and everything else, I mean, they look kind of rough. They might be a couple years behind. So, yeah.
Well, we see exactly why Matt Rule spent all 7 draft picks on defensive players.
Yeah, they might be 2 years away from being a contender again. This one I don't even want to talk about. Redskins, Eagles, 27-17. Eagles go up 17-0. Washington scores 27 unanswered points. I don't know. Eagles are just crushed by injuries. I mean, they already have Miles Sanders, Lane Johnson were out. They got Vinny Curry got hurt during the game. He's not a huge piece, but he's a rotational defensive end.
He had a sack before he went out.
Yeah, he had a sack, and I mean, I don't know. In my eyes, the biggest thing I took away was, I mean, look, Carson Wentz didn't look good at all. We're up 17-0. He throws an interception right before halftime. You definitely can't do that. Redskins go down there and score. So instead of being up 17-0, we're going in 17-7. I thought that was a big turning point in the game.
At 12:46 p.m., I sent you a message whenever you let me know Lane Johnson was out, and I said, well, we're going to lose. because now I knew that
Yeah.
I knew the pass rush was going to be legit from Washington, but I didn't know it was going to be that nasty. And
Mm-hmm.
weird as it sounds, if Washington can bring that pass rush for the next 15 games,
Yeah.
they have a chance to win some ball games.
Yeah. I mean, they have what I think everybody on their defensive line was a first-round pick. I mean, Chase Young had a sack and a half. Kerrigan he always kills the Eagles. Well, they have Montez Sweat and
Deron Payne.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, they're tough. I mean, I think they only had 238 yards total, but I mean, we were giving them the ball like on the plus 40 and 35 every.
I think their longest scoring drive was from hour 48.
Yeah, so I mean,
they didn't have a single drive longer than 50 yards, a scoring drive, I don't believe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, this is
win that one.
It's a bad game to lose, but I'm kind of hoping that we kind of just lost this one, and I don't know. We'll see, but I don't know. We'll give it another week. I mean, my only other take on this, I thought Dallas Goedert looked even better than he did last year. I mean, Zach Ertz caught a touchdown, but Goddard had over 100 yards with 8 catches. I mean, I thought he played lights out way better than Zach Ertz. So I don't know if Ertz is going to be getting that contract that he wants. I don't know.
Jalen Reagor too. If Wentz gets hit, Jalen Reagor, he had some big plays there.
Yeah, and Deshaun, it was kind of weird. He was on like a pitch count. Like they kept showing him on the sideline like he was hurt. He came out and said he wasn't hurt. I don't know. Doug Peterson's got some stuff to figure out. And Jalen Hurts, just making him inactive. I mean, as a second-round pick, I thought they could have put him in there for a series or two and kind of spelled Wentz a little bit, just have him go in there and run a little bit, maybe, break the defensive line. But I don't know. He's inactive, so that doesn't make any sense. Let's see. Next game, Jags beat the Colts 27-20. I mean, I was pretty high on the Colts, and they look pretty bad, man. Gardner Minshew just continues to prove everybody wrong. I think he threw, one incompletion. He had 3 touchdowns, not a ton of yards, but, I mean, he won. So,
yeah,
they're 1-0, and the Colts look pretty bad. Phillip Rivers didn't look that good at all to me.
Yeah, but as far as fantasy goes, though, I think the Colts are going to be okay. Unless you started Nyheim Hines for some odd reason, you're probably not too happy with the production of your Colts players.
Yeah.
But they were up-tempo. I don't think they punted a single time. And like they were averaging, I think, 6.6 yards a play. So it's there. The production's going to come. I think this was more of an anomaly game. But, hey, Marlon Mack tearing his Achilles tendon. You got to love my man, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, for sure. Well, all right, man. So what is it? Next one, Baltimore destroyed the Browns 38-6. Kevin, I know you love that one. Lamar Jackson, just continues where he left off last year. Browns look absolutely terrible again. I mean, they're just a team that they're eventually going to start blowing this team up because, I mean, these guys just – I don't know.
I mean, it's tough, too. They're playing arguably the second best team in all of the NFL first week with no preseason, no practice. So that's different.
Yeah.
As far as the Ravens go, remember whenever I said Mark Ingram was not a number 1 fantasy running back and maybe barely an RB2? The dude had 10 carries. Mark Ingram had 10 carries. Last year, he only had 1 game with more than 15 carries, I believe.
Mm-hmm. He's not the guy.
Neither is J.K. Dobbins, though. Even Gus Edwards got carries. It's going to be very tough to trust any of these running backs to be consistent week to week. Now, if Dobbins is the goal line back like he was on Sunday, then that's the guy you're going to roll with. But I'm feeling shaky at best starting any of these guys in the Ravens uniform.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dobbins, as a rookie, his first game, two rushing touchdowns. He led the backfield in snaps. So, if I'm looking at anybody, I'm taking Dobbins.
If you have to pick one, for sure.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns. He played 23 snaps. Ingram played 21. So,
Lamar looked great.
Yeah, Lamar just left off where he, left off last year, MVP. So,
same with Mark Andrews, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, next game.
Stick, one-handed grab.
Oh, yeah. He's good, man. He's the man. Chargers beat the Bengals 16-13. Burrow takes them down there at the end for the tying field goal in his first game. Of course, our beloved kicker shanks it. And, the old Chargers slip out of there with a boring win. Wins the win in the NFL, but 16-13, not a whole lot going on here.
Not much from Eckler either.
Yeah, Eckler was pretty quiet. Burrow looked okay. I mean, I think he made some good throws. A.J. Green looked I guess he looked healthy. He looked pretty good. Yeah, not a whole lot. I mean, I have Mixon on a few of my fantasy teams. I mean, he not a whole lot. He got some touches, just the yards weren't there. But yeah, I think he'll come around. It might have been just a slow week one. I know the Chargers defense is, they got some players on there, so we'll see.
Did you see that Randy Bullock, the Bengals kicker who missed the field goal, he has not one but two strained calves? I don't know how you strained both calves or how he's walking around, but they're keeping him on the active roster. He is still their kicker going into this week, they said. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, man. Cardinals 24, 49ers 20. I did watch most of this game. Kyler looked pretty good. He's my fantasy QB on a few teams, so I was kind of invested in this one. I don't know, man. To me, the 49ers just didn't look so hot. I don't know. I mean, I know the Cardinals were a team we said could surprise some people, but
they still surprised me even more by winning.
Yeah, by going to San Fran. I mean, minus no fans, but still, I mean, San Fran is San Fran, and I mean, they didn't look that hot. I don't know. It's week one.
DeAndre Hopkins didn't skip a beat.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
18 targets or something wild.
Yeah, I mean, DeAndre Hopkins killed it. I think he had – what did he have? He had 151 yards, I mean, against a good defense. And I know he got a touchdown call back at the end there. I think they ruled him down at the 1 yard line or something like that. So,
and that Cardinal defense did good, man. I mean, they held San Francisco to 20 points. San Francisco was what were they, like the second highest scoring team in the league last year or something?
Yeah.
Third maybe?
Yeah, I'd be a little worried about 49ers. I mean, it is week one, but I mean, look, hey, didn't look too hot there. Tampa Bay, New Orleans beats them 34-23.
Tom Brady looked barely average.
Barely average. Look, I don't know. There's a lot of new parts there. New Orleans looked good.
How about all those Gronk lovers?
Yeah, Gronk. He didn't do much, man. I think I saw him catch one short little pass. Brady was forcing the ball a little bit. I don't know, man. Just a lot of new parts there. So I think it might take them a little while to gel. Saints have been around. That's kind of the same team. Michael Thomas gets hurt. He obviously, I think he's out. Before we came on here, I saw he's out for several weeks. So, I mean, that's tough. So you could see a little more of Emmanuel Sanders, I guess you would think. I don't know. I mean, him or
Traquan
Smith, or you're going to pick up like Taysom Hill, which I would never do. But, I mean, I'm sure they'll be fine. But, missing the best receiver in the game isn't going to help. But I don't think they'll miss a beat. They look pretty good. And then I guess we roll into Sunday night. Dallas Rams win 2017.
What a weird world, man.
In my eyes, look, I'm pretty down the Rams this year. Yeah, they won the game, but, I mean, that pass interference call was pretty egregious in my eyes. I mean, that's not pass interference on Ramsey. So, yeah, I mean, that should have been a tie. I mean, that should have been at the – I don't know. I mean, at worst, that's a 20-20 game, maybe going to overtime. So, you don't know what happens from there. But Rams get away with the win. To me, both teams didn't really look that great. I mean, Rams scored 20 points. Dallas scores 17. I mean, overall. Snoozer. Yeah. I fell asleep.
Zeke looked good, as he should have.
Yeah, Zeke looked good, minus that stupid tattoo he had on his stomach. The feed me tattoo across his whole stomach was pretty ridiculous. But
whatever. Malcolm Brown, everyone jumping on that Cam Akers bandwagon. I said we better pump the brakes on.
Yeah, that. Malcolm Brown looks like the guy there in L.A. I thought CeeDee Lamb looked okay. Amari Cooper didn't do a whole lot, like you said. I mean, just an average game at best. I mean,
but CeeDee Lamb might have an uptick. He might do even more than he is 6 for 60 some yards or something because Blake Jarwin going down. Now they're starting with Jeff Schwartz or something at tight end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I was going to touch on that next. So yeah, some of those injuries. I mean, Cowboys lose Jarwin, torn ACL. Leighton Vander Esch, I think he broke his collarbone, so he's out for possibly, I don't know,
6 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks, baby. So they're already down Sean Lee. So, I mean, I mean, damn. I mean, minus the Eagles. I mean, they got some injuries on that squad right there. Cowboys. I mean, and to
Steelers
me,
too. Steelers. I know we're not there yet, but Steelers
yeah,
lost 2 of the starting O-linemen.
yeah, man. And when Blake Jarwin's your starting tight end, and you lose him, I mean, geez, Louise, I don't know. There's no production coming from the tight end spot there in Dallas at all. I mean, you touched on it earlier. Marlon Mack tearing his ACL. He's done for the year. Jonathan Taylor is definitely going to be the guy from here on out. I mean, to me, I don't know, fantasy-wise, he's an RB. He's got to be RB1 now. I mean, he's going to be on the – they got a good line. And if he's on your squad, he's a guy you're probably playing every week.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like you touched on, Nyheim Hines, I mean, he probably – as a flex option, I mean, he might be like a Tariq Cohen. I mean, he's going to catch the ball, and he played a pretty good amount last week, and you know, I only expect him to play more now with just him and Taylor. So, you know, hopefully they'll figure it out. Who else gets hurt? Le'Veon Bell. I know you said Devontae Parker. He was hurt. Even George Kittle. I mean, he hurt his knee.
Yeah, he might be out.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he might miss a week or two.
It's not good.
And Njoku gets hurt. He hurt his knee. Jedrick Wills, their starting tackle, their first-round pick this year, he hurt his leg. He might be out a couple weeks. So, yeah, I mean, just a ton of injuries, and, you know, some teams are going to have to figure some stuff out. So, good thing.
We don't have a preseason.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, no preseason, and these guys just aren't used to getting tackled, man. They're out there playing two-hand touch in practice, and then you go out there in the first game, and they're just trying to turn it on full speed. And, you know, these guys are getting hurt, tweaking all these hammies. And, you know, you can't really knock the big injuries. I mean, the ACLs and stuff like that. But like Le'Veon Bell hamstring, I think Devontae Parker has the hurt hammy. So, I mean, that's just like, you know, just not being ready to play, just not in game shape. So, yeah, that's tough.
And we had 2 Monday night games, right?
Yeah.
Steelers beat the Giants.
Yeah, it was that. Steelers beat the Giants. I forgot. I don't have that score down here. But, yeah, I mean, Saquon. I think I saw the thing today. Big Ben had more rushing yards than Saquon Barkley.
I think Saquon had 15 carries for 6 yards.
Yeah, he did a little bit more work on the receiving end.
6 for 64, I think.
Yeah, I played against him this week in fantasy. He kind of killed me right there at the end there with some of those catches, but it's all good. It's week 1. We have
Steelers defense, man. Steelers D, watch out.
Yeah, I think Big Ben looked pretty good. You know, coming off of that like Tommy John surgery, I thought he looked pretty solid.
Juju looked good. Deontay Johnson even led the team in targets.
Yeah, I was a little down on Juju. I know some people posted about, you know, who should I start, Cooper Kupp or Juju, and I said Kupp, but Juju looked pretty good, man. Steelers ended up winning by 10, 26-16. So I don't know, man. That defense looks tough. So
But I don't even think it was that close.
No.
I mean, 10 points, it's a double-digit win, which is a lot, but it wasn't really that close.
Yeah, then you got Titans-Broncos. Titans win 16-14. I don't know. I think I watched maybe the first quarter, and then I fell asleep. So
I didn't even try.
Yeah, 16-14. I saw Henry.
31 carries.
Yeah, he was getting the rock like every other play from what I saw. And, you know, he's Derrick Henry. I mean, it is what it is. He's going to get the rock.
The tight ends did good, Jonnu Smith and Noah Fant. But it's tough for the Broncos when you're rolling out there and Philip Lindsay gets hurt early in the game. And, you know, you don't have Cortland Sutton or KJ Hamler at all. So that's tough. That's a tough spot for them to be in. The Titans should have smashed them. Yeah, my boy Jonnu. Yeah, Jonnu. He had 36 yards and a touchdown, 4 catches. So you're looking at what? PPR league, you're looking at like 13.6. Yeah, so pretty good for your like, you know, tight end 15 or whatever like that coming off of that board. I know you have him in Airbnb league. Yes, he was my tight end 11, I think, on my rankings.
Also, I want to toot my own horn. I thought Darius Slayton looked pretty good, so he was one of my guys I was looking out for, and I didn't get him in our league, but I do have him in a few other of my leagues. Against a good defense too. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns over 100 yards. I mean, I thought he looked pretty damn solid going up against Pittsburgh. So
I'll give you that. He did look pretty good.
He looked good.
I'm not a Slayton guy, but he looked good. So
he did look good.
Before we move on, do you remember back whenever I said to wait on wide receivers this year in 2020?
Yeah.
Get your running backs early and wait. Well,
Mhm.
only 4 of the top 12 receivers in ADP finished in the top 4 or finished in the top 12. So you had 8 guys, 8 of the top 12 drafted receivers did not finish that way this week. Now, again, week 1, it's early, but I'm just saying you could wait. Same thing with tight ends. Only 5 of the top 12 finished in the top 12 this week in scoring. So wait on those tight ends. Wait. Like my guy, Jonnu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, John did good. He's I think he's on every one of my teams minus our B and B league. So yeah, I definitely waited on him. Kind of cashed in this week. I don't know if we'll do that every week, but yeah, it looked like they were pounding the ball, and Tannehill looked okay. It was Corey Davis looked good. AJ Brown didn't look too hot. He's on a couple of my teams. Not too thrilled about what I saw highlight wise from him. Didn't really do a whole lot, so maybe he'll come around. We'll see, but still early. All right, man. So, I mean, we touched on a lot of these injuries. Yeah. It's just tough, man.
I gotcha. So let's move on to week 2.
Yeah, man. Week 2. All right, man. I guess Thursday night football. Bengals and the Browns.
I expect the Browns to bounce back. Look,
Snooze fest to me, but I'll watch it because it's Thursday night. I think the Browns are favored by 6 points, which
there's quietly a lot of fantasy implications with this game because not too many people are starting Baker or Burrow, but you may want to start the defenses because the offenses aren't great. But you got AJ Green's in lineups, Tyler Boyd's in lineups, Joe Mixon for the Bengals.
Yeah.
And then the Browns, you got OBJ, you got Jarvis Landry, Austin Hooper, both running backs. And even against the Ravens, Nick Chubb, who didn't get you too much in fantasy, he still averaged 6 yards a carry. They just only gave him the ball 10 times.
Yeah.
Game script, they're going to go get Kareem Hunt out there because they're playing from behind. They're down 2-3 scores, which still I understand a little bit. But if you got a guy averaging 6 yards a carry, if you're behind in the game, don't you think 6 yards every time they gave a guy a ball is going to help you get back in the game? But I think Nick Chubb will bounce back. He'll have a good game against the Bengals. Same with OBJ. Bengals don't really have too many DBs be able to contain him. So I think if you own some Browns, you'll be all right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Yeah, I'd probably go Browns. It's in Cleveland, so I'll probably pick the Browns on that one. Some of the 1 o'clock games, Rams at the Eagles.
Nope, I'm good.
Tough game. Rams are -1, so Eagles are picked to lose this game. I don't know, man. We'll see. It's a toss-up. It's a coin flip to me. We'll see. I think
Aaron Donald's going to get 9 sacks himself.
Yeah, Lane Johnson might come back, so that'll help. Maybe I haven't heard anything about Miles Sanders, so
there was a clip I saw. Aaron Donald ran like a stunt across and ran in. I don't know if it was Zach Martin or who on the Cowboys, knocked him into the tackle or into the guard. They both went down, and then he hit Dak Prescott right as he threw it. It is the most manly play I have ever seen. Like he throws 200-300 men down on the ground like it's nothing, and then it's Prescott. God, if you haven't seen that clip, anyone listening, please find that Aaron Donald clip. That guy is a monster.
I did see that. Yeah, what to put on the wire. I did see that. Yeah, it's a tough game. I don't know. We'll see. I think Eagles might bounce back. Who knows? We'll see. Hopefully. Giants at Chicago.
Nope, I can't.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
That's going to be an awful game.
I'm not watching not even one snap of this probably. But
No.
If I had to pick, I'd probably pick Chicago, I guess. The Giants didn't look too hot, so.
Neither did the Bears. The Bears didn't.
Nah.
I think it was 3-3 at halftime against the Lions.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, man. I'm probably not going to watch too much of that. I do have Allen Robinson in one of my leagues. I got Slayton in a few, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Next game, man, Jags at the Titans. Titans are -10, which is pretty wild. I don't –
especially after the Jags just beat the Colts.
Yeah, I don't know how they're favored by 10 points. Look, I like to bet a little bit, and I might be taking the Jags this week. I don't know, man. That might be that line seems way too high for me. 10 points coming off of that snooze fest against Denver the other night. I don't know, man. I'll take the Jags.
I don't think Henry scored against the Broncos. I got a feeling he's going to score at least once against the Jags.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Panthers at the Bucks.
That'll be a good one for fantasy. Neither of those defenses are very good. I mean, well, the Bucks are
No.
supposed to be good, but they didn't really show it against the Saints.
Yeah, at Tampa Bay, I think Brady will probably he'll probably throw 3 touchdowns against the Panthers. They look pretty bad.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They might right the ship a little bit there in Tampa Bay. Get everybody back on the bandwagon there.
One thing to look for fantasy is to see how much Leonard Fournette gets in the game plan this week, because he wasn't really,
No.
he didn't do too much last week, but he's another week under his belt. We'll see if he starts going in there, or maybe Ronald Jones is a guy.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, to me, Ronald Jones, he looked pretty good. I mean, I was like, dang, I was trying to see if anybody was if he was available in any of my deeper leagues, but he's definitely not. But yeah, he played a little bit more than I thought. So yeah, he looked pretty solid. I mean, had some good plays. Let's see, 49ers, Jets. I mean, that's just
Start your Niners.
49ers all the way. Yeah, start them. It's in New York.
Bench your Jets.
Yeah, that doesn't matter to me. No Le'Veon Bell. 49ers are favored by a touchdown. I think they cover that easy.
I think Crowder is your only startable asset for the Jets.
Yeah, who I had to start in emergency because Miles Sanders was out with the hamstring.
Yeah,
so.
and Crowder had the slowest 69-yard touchdown of all time, but it worked.
Yeah, hey, yeah, it counts. Bills at the Dolphins.
Start your Bills, bench your Dolphins.
Yeah, I'll go Bills there. I mean, they're probably win by, I don't know, they're going to win by 10 or more. I go Bills. Broncos at Steelers. That's a pretty, I don't know. To me, that's a low scoring game.
I don't know, man. I can see the Steelers putting up points because the Broncos D. I think Von Miller's not there, and Bradley Chubb. We don't know what we're going to get from Bradley Chubb, if he's going to play all the snaps. So I don't see the Broncos having a shot here for sure.
Damn, James Conner, I think he's hurt, right? So you got Benny Snell had 113 yards.
Snell looked good.
Yeah, I mean he's probably available in a lot of fantasy leagues. So if I'm some of you guys, you need a running back, I might look at him because the Broncos didn't look super hot, and this is a home game. Steelers like to run the ball. I mean, he had 19 carries. I can see him getting 20-plus carries this week, especially if they're winning this game.
Right.
All right, man. Falcons at the Cowboys. That's
my game of the week, man.
That's a good game. Yeah, that's a good game, man. I got Matt Ryan, so I'm hoping he can light it up. Maybe get to Julio and Calvin Ridley a couple times here.
They can't cover. They can't cover Julio or Ridley.
Yeah, man. I don't think playing in Dallas, it's going to be indoors, so those guys are going to be wide open.
Right. Falcons don't have a defense.
No, so yeah, I can see this one being a shootout, man. Like another. Well, the Falcons were in a shootout week. I mean, they scored 25 against the Seattle, but yeah, I can see this one going both teams into the 30s this week, and having a ton of fantasy implications in this game. So,
I mean, just this past week, the Falcons had 3 wide receivers go over 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Gage was the third after Julio and Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, I need a little bit more from Hayden Hurst, and then I'll be good. But we'll see.
Russell Gage, man, he might kill that.
Yeah, he's another guy you might want to pick up, throw maybe in the flex. I mean, you never know if you're hurting for a receiver or a flex guy.
14-team league, yeah.
Oh yeah. Lions at the Packers. Packers probably light them on fire. I don't know. This line's 5.5 right now. It says I can see Packers winning by at least a touchdown. I mean,
it'll be a lot more interesting if Galladay can come back.
Yeah, that's for sure. But who's going to stop Devontae Adams? He'll probably have another 130 yards and 2 touchdowns because they throw the ball to him 30 times a game. So, yeah, he'll have a huge game.
And Devontae Adams was falling in so many fantasy drafts, and it seemed silly then, and it seems even sillier now.
Yeah, man, I figured I got a few teams, and he is on one of my teams, but a couple of the leagues I passed up on him to go running back, so I'm kind of kicking myself, I guess, week 1 after I saw his stats. But we'll see. Let's see. Vikings at the Colts. I don't know. We'll see what Taylor does, I guess, as a starting running back. No Marlon Mack. I mean, he's going to be the guy. Vikings.
So I think this is probably the weirdest one.
Yeah, it's a tough game, man. I don't know.
Because the Vikings were not as good as we thought they were going to be. The Colts were not as good as we thought they were going to be. The Colts offense should have been better. The Vikings defense should have been better. This is going to be a tough one to call and to pick out. I mean, obviously you're starting Cook, you're starting Jonathan Taylor for sure. I don't see any reason why you don't start T.Y. Hilton, Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
Get them all out there.
Get him out there. I don't know. It's a coin flip in my eyes. I don't know who wins that game. I mean, I'll give it to the Colts, I guess, because they're at home.
It's close.
Yeah, man. All right. Washington football team at Arizona. Arizona looked good. I'm going to go Arizona. They're at home. Kyler Murray. I mean, I know you touched on that front four from Washington, but Kyler Murray is definitely a guy who can elude all those big boys. So I don't know. I'll take Cardinals all day in this one.
Be careful because that offensive line is not great for Arizona, and we just saw what Washington. That front, they got 7 first-rounders along that front, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, watch out because they're going to get to Kyler. He's still young. He's only a sophomore. I'm just saying he's not going to have time to get back there. And, I didn't think he'd have a lot of time with the 49ers. And he was able to pull out the win there. But I'm just saying, watch out. And, and on the other side, don't be afraid to start that Cardinals defense. I mean, they did hold the 49ers to only 20 points. And
24-20, yeah.
And 7 of those points were a busted play. Raheem Mostert just outran everyone for 75 yards. So that's kind of a fluky play. They, that could have been 13 points they only gave up. So watch out for this. The Cardinals defense might be my streamer that I play this week against the Redskins.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, I mean, my reasoning Cardinals here. I mean, if you can beat the 49ers week 1, how can you not beat Washington? So I don't know.
Yeah.
I go Cardinals. Next game, Ravens at the Texans. Ravens will just probably wipe them off the map. Probably win by 10 or more at least.
That's going to be tough for Houston, man.
Yeah.
I like Deshaun Watson so much. And I said this earlier, but, man, I feel bad for him.
Mm-hmm. Next game, Chiefs at the Chargers. That's another one. Chiefs probably just dominate them. They're favored by 9 points, so –
I could see Tyrod having a good game here fantasy-wise just because they're going to be playing from behind. They're going to be down 2-3 scores, and he might as well just take off running every other play.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I don't know. Chiefs probably win by I'll call probably 2 touchdowns in this game. I don't know. We'll see.
And watch, Eckler, he's good to go, right? I thought he was a little banged up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not. Maybe he just didn't perform. But Josh Kelly seemed to be the main backup there, not Justin Jackson. So if you can go out and you pick up Josh Kelly and you have someone on the end of your bench that you don't mind dropping, that could be a good pickup for you.
Yep. Next game is pretty solid. Patriots at Seahawks.
Should be a good one.
It's a tough trip for the Patriots. I mean, going from East to West Coast. I'll take Seattle in that one. Probably be a close game though. But yeah, I could see Russ having another pretty good game there.
I think they're going to have to use Edelman more. I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball as much as the Patriots, as much as they did against Miami. The game script is not going to be the same. And you got to pay attention and try to figure out who Stephon Gilmore is going to cover. If I had to guess, I would probably say DK Metcalf because Tyler Lockett's going to be moving around a lot more, playing in the slot. And, they might not want Gilmore to go down in the slot. But pay attention because that receiver is the guy you don't want to play. Mm-hmm. And you definitely want to play the other one, the one that's not getting shadowed by the best corner in the league.
Yeah, for sure. It's a good game. I'll probably I think that's a 425 game, so I'll definitely watch that one.
Chris Carson will be running a lot more too. He got a lot more than 6 carries this game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see, Sunday night or no, that's Sunday night. That's Sunday night. Then Monday night you got Saints at the Raiders.
Points in this one probably.
Yeah, Michael Thomas. Being out, that's a tough.
That's true.
I don't know, man. But they got Emmanuel Sanders, so he's good enough. To probably beat the Raiders. I don't know. Josh Jacobs probably have another good game.
Well, keep a level head with Jacobs because the Saints had the 4th best run defense last year. And he blew up for almost 36 fantasy points in a PPR, but he's definitely not going to do that again. But he's going to go up against a lot tougher defense. Like the Panthers can't tackle anyone. So
Yeah.
keep your, we're talking double-digit points here.
Uh-huh.
If he ends up with 15, 16, I'll be happy. Hopefully he finds the end zone.
Yeah, it's a good game. I don't know. We'll see. I think the Saints win that one, though. I mean, I think the Lions 5.5. So, yeah, I can see the Saints probably covering that. They'll probably win by, I could see like a 27-20 or something like that, win by a touchdown. Drew Brees will figure it out. He'll figure out, find a way to win.
It could be a tight end game. We might have to lean on the tight ends for this one.
Darren Waller, yeah.
And Jared Cook with Thomas out. Brees is going to have to go somewhere.
Yes, for sure. That's a good point. So, yeah, that rounds out week 2. Some big games. I like the Broncos-Steelers game. I like Cowboys-Falcons, and
back right there. That's the game to stay.
I do like that one. Of course, I'm gonna watch the Eagles game, but I mean, I'm not high on that one. Patriots-Seahawks. That's a good game. I'll be watching that Sunday night for sure. And then I'll keep an eye on all my fantasy guys. So we'll see. Another week. Week 1 can't hold too much stock into. I don't know. Don't be dropping guys that you drafted in the second and third rounds or whatnot because they didn't do anything. Give it a couple weeks. I know there's a lot of injuries, but you can stash those guys on your IR.
Yeah, don't drop them. Trade them to me instead.
Yeah, I mean, if you can drop them, I mean, I'll probably pick them up though and just stash them on the IR if they're hurt. But don't be dropping guys who are Miles Sanders and those guys who are getting hurt. Don't be crazy. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking. I think Benny Snell could be a good pickup if somebody's looking for a running back, and maybe Nyheim Hines.
Absolutely, yep.
PPR league, I love Hines. Yeah, man.
If you're hurting for a wide receiver, to throw in your flex there, now Robbie Anderson, he's not going to catch a 5-yard pass and turn it into a 75-yard touchdown every week, but he does have the ability to do it every week. I mean, he's got blazing speed. So if you are hurting and you need a flex and you feel good about the rest of your lineup and you're like, hey, let me just swing for the fences here, Robbie Anderson could be a guy.
Yep, for sure. All right, man, that's our week 1 coverage and week 2 preview. We'll get it out to everybody, so you'll be listening to this on Wednesday. We got some bonus content that you'll hear. I know Bobby posted about it. Tyree Washington, we talked to him earlier tonight. He was great. And we have another former NFL guy. So listen to the Tyree interview, and you'll find out who that is. And we'll be up on talking with him next Monday night. So we'll be a day early next week on some of our content. So keep listening, keep adding friends. I think we broke the 900 barrier. Yeah, man, we're at like 909 or 910 maybe, I think, right now. So that's good, man. That's good. Yeah, man, maybe we'll get Tyree to post it to his wall. Maybe we can catch a few people from there.
There you go.
We got a few shirts left. I don't know, man. I think my cousin just bought one. I'm going to ship it out to him tomorrow. I don't know. I think we got probably 5 or 6 of those left, all larges and mediums. So if anybody wants one, let us know. Other than that,
we're trying to get some stickers and some koozies together too, so we get them out to y'all.
Yeah, I've been looking at some stickers. Trying to figure out the best design, best price. So we'll see.
Beats are by Dunson, as always.
Yep. Beats by Dunson. Yeah, man, another good week. So we'll be back at it next week. Let us know what you think. Give us your take on, comment on the Facebook page, man, or on Podbean.
And don't forget YouTube as well. Get on YouTube, like the videos, subscribe, do all that good stuff.
Tell people, add us on Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts, probably the easiest if you have an iPhone or smartphone.
Yep.
So, yeah, throw the comments out there. I know everybody likes watching the video, comment on the Facebook page. So let us know. Yeah, give us your take. And, a lot of people posting their fantasy lineup. So that's pretty cool. That's a good thing. It's kind of something I didn't think was going to happen, but it seems like everybody likes the input. So that's a cool thing we got going on. Everybody kind of gave us their lineups, I think, post draft. And then some people want to know who to start each week. So, yeah, that's good stuff. Everybody's got an opinion. So, it's good stuff. So we'll be back at you next week. And, like our page, share it, tell everybody about it. Let's get over 1,000 people.
Let's do it. Sounds good, brother. I'll see you, man.
All right, man. Take it easy. I'll see you next week.